Have you ever walked into a room and immediately felt a certain way? Or like seen a specific color and had this instant, kind of undeniable reaction?
Oh, definitely.
Maybe it was burst of energy or perhaps just this wave of calm. You know that gut feeling you get just from a hue?
Mm.
That's color quietly working its magic. Today we're doing a deep dive into the hidden language of color psychology, how these hues subtly, often subconsciously, sculpt our emotions, decisions, and even our physiology.
It's fascinating stuff.
Right. Our mission is to pull back the curtain on this powerful influence, drawing surprising insights from, well, psychology, neuroscience, and marketing. It's far more profound than just, oh, I like blue and we're going to show you why. So to really understand this powerful, often invisible force, let's start with its core. When we talk about color psychology, what is it really?
Well, fundamentally, it's the study of how colors influence human emotions, behaviors, and decision-making. And it pulls together bits from psychology, neuroscience, marketing. Not just about your personal favorite shade, like you said. It's about this universal, sometimes really primal impact these hues have on us.
Universal. Oh,
That's precisely it. Colors are so much more than just what meets the eye, you know?
Yeah.
From the moment light hits your retina, your brain instantly processes that color.
Instantly.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
And it connects it with emotions, memories, deep-seated instincts. And this happens often before you even consciously think about it.
Wow. Like what? Give me an example.
Okay, think about a red stop sign. You don't consciously deliberate, red means stop. Your foot just automatically prepares to brake.
Right, it's automatic.
Exactly, because your brain connects red with immediate alertness and caution.
Right.
Or imagine a vast blue sky or the calm of the ocean.
Relaxing.
Right. Most people immediately feel a sense of relaxation linked to calmness and stability. Your body and mind are reacting on a really fundamental level.
That's fascinating how our brains make these instantaneous connections. So if our minds are wired for these kinds of reactions, what are the big pillars, the core mechanisms that drive this whole field?
Good question. Our sources really highlight three crucial ideas: associations, emotional triggers, and behavioral influence.
Okay, let's unpack this. Associations first. What does that mean?
Absolutely. So associations, colors aren't just born with meaning. They gather it from various places. Cultural context is huge.
Like how?
Well, take black. Often symbolizes mourning in Western cultures, right?
Yeah.
But in some Eastern cultures, white is the color for funerals. Big difference.
Okay.
Then there's deeply personal experience. Maybe your childhood bedroom was bright yellow, filled you with joy. You'll likely link yellow with warmth and happiness, but that's your memory.
Gotcha. So culture and personal stuff. What else?
And finally, there are biological instincts. These seem more universal. Red, for instance, can subtly elevate your heart rate.
Wow.
Evolutionarily speaking, it's the color of blood, fire. Things our primal brains were absolutely hardwired to notice and react to. So while your yellow bedroom is unique, these biological patterns often show up across huge groups of people.
Incredible how that cultural and personal tapestry weaves with our biology. Okay, what about the direct emotional punch colors pack? The triggers.
Right, that brings us to the second pillar, emotional triggers. Colors don't just suggest feelings, they actively stir them up.
Okay.
Red, as we touched on, stimulates. It's tied to energy, urgency, power, and yeah, sometimes aggression.
Okay.
Blue is almost the opposite. It calms. It promotes trust, stability, serenity.
Makes sense.
Yellow tends to brighten the mood, boost optimism. But here's the surprising thing. Too much yellow. It can actually cause anxiety or feel overstimulating.
Oh, huh.
Yeah. And green. It brings balance. It's deeply connected to nature. Harmony gives you that feeling of renewal.
You see this used places, right?
Oh, definitely. This isn't just theory. It's why you'll often find therapists' offices maybe painted in calming blues and greens. Or why hospitals deliberately choose pale, soothing hues. It helps patients feel more at ease.
So we associate colors with meanings. They trigger specific emotions. But does it actually make you do things? Can a color genuinely influence your actions?
It absolutely can, and that's our third pillar. Behavioral influence.
Yeah.
Colors don't just make you feel things. They actively influence what you do.
How so?
Think about a green button on a website. It instinctively encourages action. Go, accept, submit.
Yeah, you click the green one.
Right. Because green signals safety, progress, kind of all clear, or those red sales tags everywhere.
Oh, yeah, sale.
They scream urgency. They tap into impulsive behavior, that fear of missing out.
FOMO, yeah.
Exactly. And consider uniforms, police, airline pilots, even bank logos, so often blue.
True. Why blue?
It's a deliberate choice. It evokes feelings of authority, professionalism, trust. Basically, color functions as this powerful, nonverbal language. Brands, designers, public spaces use it to communicate and persuade without saying a
A
word.
nonverbal language.
Yeah.
Like a shortcut for our brains.
That's a great way to put it, a shortcut to process and react.
That's brilliant. It makes me wonder, though, how much of this is purely psychological, something we've learned, versus how much is truly hardwired. Is there a real scientific basis beyond just conditioning?
There is, and it's where things get really interesting. It's remarkable how quickly this all happens, biologically.
Okay.
When light hits your retina, specialized cells, the cones, instantly translate those wavelengths into color signals.
Right.
And here's the crucial part. Those signals get routed straight to the limbic system,
Which is?
essentially our emotional command center in the brain. This isn't a slow, conscious thought. It's an almost instantaneous kind of primal reaction.
So it bypasses conscious thought initially.
Often, yes. Studies using things like fMRI have actually shown rapid limbic system activation just from seeing certain colors. And beyond that, your autonomic nervous system might even react physically,
Like how?
like your heart rate speeding up a bit with red or your pulse calming down with blue. So yes, colors truly do have these profound biological effects that underpin the psychological ones.
Wow, that connection between our primal brain and color is really mind-blowing. Okay, given that, let's dive into some specific hues. Let's decode the palette, look at common Western associations, meanings, and where you actually see them used.
Sounds good. Let's start with red. Pure, unadulterated high energy.
Right, passion, danger.
Exactly. Associations are passion, love, excitement, danger, urgency. It's so effective because it literally can increase your heart rate, creates that sense of immediate action. Our brains are evolutionarily wired to notice it. Blood, fire signals of importance.
Where do we see it used most?
You see it screaming sale on discount racks, obviously. In fast food branding like McDonald's or KFC, that's strategic, by the way. Boosts appetite, promotes quick turnover.
Ah, makes sense.
And of course, stop signs. The caution. Overuse can feel aggressive or overwhelming. So key takeaway for red. Use it when you want immediate action. Click, buy, get energized.
So that's why I always feel like I'm eating faster in those places. It's the walls. Okay, what about its opposite, blue? Calming, right?
Indeed. Next up, blue. It's almost universally loved for being calming, reassuring, building trust.
Okay.
Associations. Calmness, reliability, professionalism, intelligence, peace. Blue can actually lower pulse and breathing rates slightly. Ideal for serious, thoughtful contexts.
So where is blue dominant?
Tech brands love it. Facebook, LinkedIn, major banks like Chase, healthcare providers, places where trust and stability are key.
Any downside?
The only caution with blue is that too much, or the right shade, can feel a bit cold or impersonal. So if you need credibility, security, or a serene vibe, blue's your go-to. Then there's green, nature's neutral almost. Emotionally balanced, it represents harmony, health, wealth, safety, freshness.
Very positive associations.
Very. Green is incredibly restful for the eyes. And evolutionarily, it signaled fertile, safe environments, good places to be.
So like organic food brands.
Exactly. It's the go-to for organic products, wellness brands like Whole Foods, anything related to sustainability. Just
Right.
watch out for darker shades. They can sometimes feel a bit stale or dull. But for eco-friendliness, health, renewal, relaxation, green is perfect.
And yellow. You said it feels like sunshine, but it can also cause anxiety. That's quite a contrast.
It is. Yellow is the real attention getter. It's bright, bold, associated with joy, optimism, warmth, creativity. But yeah, paradoxically, also caution or anxiety.
Why the caution part?
That's why it's used on warning signs. It's the most visible color from a distance, so it grabs attention effectively, sometimes signaling pay attention. Think toys, playful logos like IKEA or Snapchat, and those caution, wet floor signs.
Right. They really jump out.
Exactly. The trick with yellow is not to overdo it. Too much can be irritating or overstimulating. So use yellow to highlight, bring some joy, but maybe pair it with neutrals to balance it out. Moving on to orange. This one's all about excitement, enthusiasm, creativity, warmth, social interaction. It works by combining the energy of red with the cheer of yellow. Makes it feel welcoming yet dynamic.
Where would you use orange?
Often chosen for calls to action that need to feel friendly but urgent. Youth brands, event promotions sometimes use it. The main caution is it can feel a bit too informal for really serious contexts. But for dynamic content, playful brands, orange really works. Purple is interesting. It's kind of the sophisticated enigma. Associations are luxury, mystery, spirituality, nobility, imagination. Historically, purple dye was incredibly rare and expensive, so it became associated with royalty, exclusivity. You'll see it in high-end beauty products, luxury brands, creative agencies wanting to seem unique. And then black. It stands for power, elegance, formality, mystery, depth. It works by absorbing light, adds gravity, a sleek, modern feel.
Very classic.
Totally. It's the go-to for luxury goods. Chanel, Prada, and tech giants like Apple often use it for that premium feel. Just be careful, overused, it can feel heavy or oppressive. But for sophistication, black is hard to beat. Finally, white symbolizes purity, simplicity, cleanliness, innocence, calm. It works by reflecting light, which visually enlarges spaces and lets the eyes rest.
So minimalist brands.
Healthcare. Exactly.
Yeah.
Staple in healthcare, tech, think Apple Store, skincare, minimalist brands. The caution here is that too much white can feel sterile or impersonal. But for clarity, honesty, open space, white is key.
So we've seen how specific colors evoke specific feelings. Really powerful stuff. But what about making us act? It's clear that color doesn't just affect our emotional state, but also actively guides our behavior and decisions. It's not just how you feel, but what you do.
Absolutely. And this is where strategic application really comes in. Think about warm colors, red, orange, yellow. They are inherently energizing, stimulating. They literally increase arousal.
Okay.
This is why they're perfect for active spaces like kitchens, gyms, restaurants. Places where you want energy, maybe a quicker pace.
Right. And cool colors.
Cool colors. Blue, green, purple are the opposite. Calming, soothing. They tend to reduce emotional stress, physical tension. So they're ideal for environments designed for rest, focus, or healing. Think bedrooms, spas, offices, hospitals. It's like deliberate environmental engineering using color.
Can you give some really specific examples of that behavioral link?
Sure. Red, as we noted, isn't just emotional. It's known to increase heart rate, even stimulate appetite. That's not accidental in fast food chains like McDonald's or Pizza Hut.
It's a strategy.
It's absolutely a deliberate strategy to speed up customer turnover. Get them in, get them fed, get them out.
Wow. Okay. What about blue?
Blue tends to lower your pulse, encourages clear thinking, focus. That's precisely why it's so popular in offices, tech companies. They're aiming for efficiency, concentration.
And green. In hospitals.
Green reduces eye strain, promotes a sense of natural balance, so it's often found in hospitals, wellness centers to aid relaxation and recovery, helps the body subtly reset itself.
It's astounding how deeply ingrained these responses are. So what does this all mean for the big businesses, the brands out there trying to catch your eye, your loyalty, and, well, ultimately your wallet?
Well, for brands, color isn't just decoration, it's one of their most powerful psychological tools. Research suggests something like up to 90% of a first impression about a product or brand is influenced by color alone.
90%? That's huge.
It is, especially when that color really aligns with the brand's personality. Color sets the emotional tone, creates an instant perception. Is it trustworthy, playful, luxurious, and signals its function or target audience long before you read a single word. It's visual shorthand for who they are.
Can you give some big examples?
Sure, think iconic. Coca-Cola's classic red. It's not just vibrant. It evokes boldness, urgency, excitement, and yes, subtly boosts appetite. Perfect for a refreshing drink you want people to grab.
Right.
Facebook and LinkedIn, using all that blue, they're communicating security, professionalism, calm, essential for platforms where you share personal info and spend a lot of time. They don't want to overstimulate you.
Makes sense.
And Whole Foods, using green, instantly signifies freshness, wellness, environmental values. It directly appeals to health-conscious consumers. These aren't random choices. They're deeply psychological and strategic.
That makes perfect sense. So how do they go about matching that color to their brand's personality? It seems like a really strategic, almost scientific choice, not just picking a pretty color.
It absolutely is strategic. You can think of every brand as having a personality.
Right.
And colors act as its visual voice, its silent ambassador.
Okay.
For instance, banks and financial institutions. Almost always blue. Why? To project trust, responsibility, calm stability. Trust is their main currency.
Right.
Fitness brands, they want to convey energy, motivation. So they frequently choose vibrant reds or oranges. Power, action. Creative or artistic brands might go for purple. Suggests imagination, uniqueness, maybe even luxury because of that historical royalty connection.
Okay.
And sustainability or wellness brands, they naturally lean into green or earth tones. Visually links them to harmony, balance, natural living.
But the key is alignment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The crucial insight here is the color must align seamlessly with the brand's message. If it conflicts, it creates what psychologists call cognitive dissonance.
Meaning?
People feel something is off. even if they can't quite say why. Imagine a super high-end luxury brand using like a bright neon orange. It might just feel cheap or gimmicky, right?
Yeah, it wouldn't fit.
Precisely. That's why color choice has to be this profoundly strategic, intentional, emotionally aligned decision for any brand.
It's amazing to think about how colors subtly guide our choices, not just in marketing, but just in our daily lives. It feels like it's everywhere once you start looking.
It truly is a silent language we all understand on some level.
Yeah.
Think about just basic color cues in our environment. Traffic lights.
Green means go, red means stop.
Right. Yellow means caution. We're conditioned from a young age. These universal associations train our brains for automatic responses. And that extends to things like website navigation or warnings on packaging.
Okay. And in shopping.
Oh yeah. When you're shopping, colors are working on you constantly. That red banner screaming, "Sale!"
It's not just info.
It triggers urgency, FOMO, fear of missing out, encourages quick, maybe impulsive buys.
Guilty as charged.
We all are. And product packaging colors, green for organic or healthy stuff, black for premium, high-end goods, they instantly influence your perception of value and quality before you even read the label. It's that behavioral shortcut again.
What about what we wear? Does that count?
Absolutely. Even the clothing you choose uses color for personal expression and to influence others. Black often signals power, elegance, authority.
The power suit.
Exactly. White conveys cleanliness, simplicity, and red is frequently worn to stand out, attract attention, appear bold. Some studies even suggest wearers are perceived as more attractive in red.
Interesting.
And it's not just how others see us. The color of our clothing can affect how we feel about ourselves, influence confidence, energy levels.
Digital stuff too. Apps and websites.
Definitely. In digital interfaces, color cues are vital. Green or blue buttons are almost universally used for confirm or submit. They feel safe, positive.
And red.
Red buttons are usually reserved for cancel or delete. Feels like a warning, requires more caution. Bright colors are used strategically for notifications or calls to action like buy now to grab your attention. It's all about making the user experience intuitive.
And food. You mentioned red and appetite.
Yeah, and then there's food choices directly. Red and yellow stimulate hunger, hence nearly every fast food chain using them. Green instantly suggests healthiness, freshness, think salads, organic packaging.
What about blue and food?
Interestingly, blue often suppresses appetite. You rarely see it in food branding, maybe because it's just not common in natural foods, apart from blueberries. So yeah, color really does act as this behavioral shortcut, aiding faster decisions, building confidence in choices, triggering instinctive reactions.
That's a fascinating look at the daily applications. This raises an important question, though. We've talked about universal patterns, but are these color meanings truly universal? Or do they shift depending on where you are in the world or even just who you are as an individual?
That's a crucial point. It adds another layer of complexity. While some biological responses might be pretty universal, like red grabbing attention, the cultural meanings are definitely not universal truths.
Okay, how so?
Cultural context profoundly shapes how colors are perceived. For instance, red. In Western cultures, often danger or passion, right?
Right.
But in China, it symbolizes good luck, happiness, celebration. It's huge at weddings. Totally different vibe.
Wow. Any others?
White means purity, cleanliness in the West, generally. But in many Eastern cultures, it symbolizes death and mourning.
Complete opposite.
Exactly. Even black elegance and power here, maybe. But in Japan, it can mean mystery, nobility, or even bad luck, depending on the context.
Yeah.
And purple, which we link to luxury, can signify mourning in Brazil or Thailand.
So global brands have to be really careful.
Extremely careful. They can't just slap a single color on a product and expect the same reaction everywhere. It highlights why deep market research and cultural sensitivity are so important.
Okay, so culture matters a lot. What about just me? Do my personal experiences change how I see color?
Oh, absolutely. Individual differences significantly shape color reactions too. Someone who grew up near the ocean might find blue incredibly energizing and joyful, full of positive memories.
Yeah, like summer holidays.
Right. But another person might find it cold or distant,
Yeah.
maybe due to a negative experience or just a different association. That yellow childhood bedroom we talked about, nostalgia for one person, maybe stress for another if it felt overwhelming.
So my own history plays a part.
A huge part. Personal experiences are deeply ingrained, emotionally charged. It makes individual color perception highly subjective, tied to memory. So when using color, you always have to consider your audience's background, context, allow for flexibility. It's this delicate dance between biology, culture, identity, emotion, and memory.
It's truly a testament to the power of color that it impacts us on such a fundamental, even individual level. And connecting this to the bigger picture of well-being, this biological link isn't just theory, right? It's the basis for actual practical applications, even therapeutic ones. You hear about color therapy.
Yes, exactly. Also known as chromotherapy. It's a fascinating holistic practice. It uses specific colors and light wavelengths to try and influence physical and mental well-being.
How does that work?
The basic idea is that different colors might help balance energy in the body and mind. A really prominent example is light therapy for seasonal affective disorder, or SAD.
Right, for winter depression.
Precisely.
Hmm.
People with SAD often experience depression in darker months due to lack of natural sunlight. So blue or white light therapy is used to simulate daylight. This helps regulate mood by affecting hormones like melatonin and serotonin levels.
Does it actually help?
For many people, yes. This exposure can significantly improve energy, focus, emotional balance. Other uses explore things like blue light for potentially calming anxiety, red for boosting energy or circulation, green for stress relief, promoting that sense of natural equilibrium.
Sounds powerful.
It can be, but it's really important to add the caveat here. While it can be a helpful tool, color therapy should always complement, not replace, traditional medical treatment. It's more of a supportive approach.
Gotcha. Wow. Okay, so we've journeyed from the fundamental, neurobiological concepts of color psychology all the way to its real-world impact in branding, marketing, our daily decisions, and even potential therapeutic uses. It's truly an expansive and deeply personal field.
Indeed. The takeaway really is that color is not just an aesthetic preference or something you simply learn to associate. It's a neurobiological experience. It directly influences your emotional state, your physiological reactions, your ability to focus or rest or act. It's this powerful silent force constantly shaping your reality.
So the next time you choose an outfit or maybe design a presentation or even just pick out a coffee cup, take a second. Consider the silent, powerful language of color speaking directly to you and maybe through you. What will it say?